DJ Lagway, the highly recruited, big-time quarterback, played at Florida for 2 years. Last year was incredible. This year, not so much. Has hit the transfer portal. The question is, would DJ Lagway come to Clemson? It's a good question. Another question is, do we really want to bring him in at this point of his career after the season that he had? Another good question. We'll dive into that in just a second. Hey, if you love Clemson football, I hope you'll subscribe. It is free. I'm getting close to 9,000 subscribers, and so I really do appreciate that. I hope you'll pass along to all your friends and neighbors who love Clemson football as well. That is free. And before I dive in to DJ Lagway potentially coming to Clemson, even if it's, I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about Section 103. They launched their Clemson collection. You can see it here just in time for Christmas. That's right. Go to Section 103. The link is below this video. And go check out all of these designs. I mean, these are based on Clemson traditions, Howard's Rock, Two Right Turns, Clemson House, even the clever Clemson blue cheese label. Everything from shirts, polos, hats, stickers for men, women, and the children. Go check them out and use the promo code in the video, right below the video in the description, Tigers10. It's a one-time use code, but what that means is you need to go over there, do a bunch of shopping, and then use that code to get 10% off. Again, that's Tigers10. All of that information is in the description below this video. And I'm telling you, the clothes that I have that I got from them, the shirts, unbelievable. The hats, unbelievable. So do that just in time for Christmas. We do appreciate them being a sponsor of the show. So DJ Lagway hits the transfer portal, and a lot of people starts to speculate who will go after him. Now, Sam Leavitt out of Arizona State hit the transfer portal, and a lot of people believe he could end up in Indiana. Can you imagine that? Miami, and there was a few other schools. Now, I didn't see Clemson mentioned among the schools that could potentially go out and get him. And between you and I, Sam Leavitt, I think, would be a good fit at Clemson. We would need someone like him. DJ Lagway was someone that Clemson went after, and they went after him hard when they were recruiting him. Now, he was in the same class as TJ Moore, Bryant Wesco, if my memory serves me correct. And it was like, man, you get this guy out of Willis, Texas, and you pair him with TJ Moore, you pair him with Bryant Wesco, man, this would be beautiful. And then he went to Florida. Now, let's pause here and let's talk about what happened at Florida last year. Billy Napier's season was falling apart, and a lot of people thought what happened this season would have happened last season, and then he puts in DJ Lagway. This kid turns them around, and they become one of the hottest teams in college football, saving Billy Napier's job. Unfortunately, it just prolonged the inevitable. Well, everyone thought that DJ Lagway was going to be a front runner for the Heisman Trophy this year because of what he did last year. Let's talk about what he did. Here's his numbers. In the last season, being thrown into an impossible, terrible situation, he threw 192 passes, completed 115 of them for 1,915 yards, 12 touchdowns, but here, listen to this, 9 interceptions. This year, he threw 337 passes, completed 213 of them for 2,264 yards. Think about that. He threw about 145 more passes for only 349 more yards. He threw 16 touchdowns. He threw 14 interceptions. Now, for any of my math buffs out there, that you threw 145 more passes for only 349 yards more, right? And you only threw 4 more touchdowns. Those numbers are not that great, but a lot of people are looking at the 14 interceptions. Believe it or not, his interception rate versus how many passes he threw last year was actually higher considering how many passes he threw last year. All right. So he threw 192 passes last year, threw 9 interceptions. He threw 337 passes this year. He threw 14 interceptions. So you would think that 14 interceptions would actually be higher. Okay. With that said, a lot of people is looking at DJ Lagway and they're pausing. They're pausing because expectation versus reality is very different. Very different. We saw him throw passes that did not make sense. We saw him throw passes that it was like, man, not to be a jerk here, but I have to be honest if I'm evaluating you. Were you even paying attention to where you were throwing? And at times it was that bad. Now, if you know anything about this guy, he's a really big dude. 6'3", about 250 pounds. He's a big guy. He is a big guy. And that leads me to this question. With everything that has went on with Clemson, we know that we're losing Klubnik. Pause there. Just 30 seconds. There was a lawsuit that was going on that could potentially give Cade another year of eligibility. I don't know what happened with that. And between you and I don't think anything is going to come of that. I don't know if Cade would want to come back after everything that has went on. There was a couple of more players, including Adam Randall, that could be affected by that ruling. I don't know, and let's just go ahead and assume what I believe will be reality. He will not come back. Next man up is Christopher Vezina. I am not dogging Vezina. Vezina does not look ready, and I don't believe that's on Vezina. I believe that's on the coaching staff. DJ didn't look ready. Well, that's DJ. Cade didn't look ready. Well, Cade was a bust. Vezina didn't look ready. Well, how many quarterbacks do we have to go through like a pair of underwear before we have to realize there's a development issue? Where do you draw the line? How many do you need to go through? How many years does this have to go on? Just asking. So, though we have Chris Denson and everyone's excited about it, Christopher Vezina is going to be your starter in Baton Rouge unless something crazy happens. Through history, Coach Swinney has shown us that the guy who has been sitting on the bench behind the starter will get the nod. And that guy is Christopher Vezina, whether he is ready or not. Don't allow the over 100 yards rushing in the last 2 drives against Furman for Chris Denson. Don't allow that to make you think that he is actually going to be the starter next year. He's not. It's going to be Christopher Vezina unless Clemson went to the transfer portal and they pulled in a guy like Lagway. The question is, with him struggling like he did this year and the errant passes that we saw, do you want to bring him in? That's a very good question. Do you want him to be in Clemson, South Carolina, and running this offense? Now, we need to step back and look at this. He hit the transfer portal after Summerall and his crew came to town. Supposedly there was a meeting. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but they basically challenged him. Now, I don't know what was all said. Maybe if we heard the complete conversation, we would take Lagway's side. Maybe we would take the side of the coaches, but it seems like that they challenged him and he was like, you know what? I'm not going through this. I can hit the transfer portal. There's a lot of teams that will give me a chance, that will pay me very well, and I'll get a fresh start. I can get out of Florida. I'm not, yeah. Again, I don't know which side we would land on. Here's what I do know. Clemson has a need across the football team. We have guys who are hitting the draft. We have guys who are hitting the transfer portal. We have guys who are running out of eligibility. So the portal is inevitable. The question is, who are we bringing in? Where are they coming from? And will DJ Lagway be one of them? And the question is, at this point in his career, can Clemson, who had their worst season since 2010, do we believe that DJ Lagway would be the guy to lead this team back to 10-plus wins, competing for an ACC championship, and potentially getting to the college football playoff? That's a very good question. Leave your comments below the video and let me know what you're thinking. Do you think that we'll actually go after him? Do you think if they brought him in that they would start him over Vizina, or would he sit? I know some of you are like, well, then why bring him in? I'll leave that there. Let's go to the live chat, and then I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate all of y'all being in here. Blood Moon Pounce said, LOL, he's going to Miami. Willman said Sam Levitt would be a perfect fit. Corey Moon, what's up, bro? Good, Corey McMullen, good to see you, my man. Morning, good to see you, my man. Good to see you, Alex Patterson. Chase Henderson, are you doing the let me get people all riled up before the video thing again? Yes, I am. No, you know what? No, yes and no. Yes and no. Who knows who we're going after? Good to see you, buddy. Dwight Hedden says Dabo will not pay him. Army EP6FZ says I wouldn't want Lagway if I was y'all interception throwing machine. Harriet DeWitt says Merry Christmas to y'all. Good to see you, my buddy. Better hope not. Okay, Dylan Raiola is probably more unlikely, but I'd love to see him under center for us. Besides quarterback and transfer portal, the angst is real for Clemson fans. How much would it cost? Dylan Raiola to Vandy. DJ No Way Big Kev says, Army, you are correct, and actually Lagway threw 14 interceptions. This guy can't read the defense. Chase says it doesn't matter when what quarterback we get for what their previous success has been at another school. What matters is if we can continue to develop those quarterbacks with a good offensive coordinator. And therein lies the problem. Exactly, Chase. I'm with you, man. I am with you 100%. Again, this is a very uncommon year. I know Coach Sweeney waits until after the bowl game to replace coaches and so on. I've said this over and over, not going to beat a dead horse. You cannot treat an uncommon year in a common way. We could end up paying for that. Probably better to have Denson putting the moves on D linemen. Good question. We got T-Unit in here. Nope. Big failure from coaches on Vizina. Yep. And Kate as well. Let me see. His mom loved Clemson. Joseph Loves Jesus says this. People hype up Denson like he wasn't running against a tired Furman team. The real problem is Clemson's development issues on coaching. They need to fix that before even worrying about positions. I agree with you 100%. Love to hear your opinion on the Harvard quarterback. Forgot his name. That's interesting. I need to go check him out. Thanks for letting me know about him. I wish Dabo would grab a quarterback from the portal. We all know that is not going to happen. Maybe not. I got a bunch of people in here. DJ Disaster 2.0. Let me see. Mike Roberts says we have a development problem at quarterback because other teams have freshmen playing QB. It's interesting. Let me see. Billy says Dabo is too outdated, too focused on buddy system, loyalty system for underperformers, and not enough commitment to winning. Tiger Tom agreed about the OC. Will we get a real one? That's a very good question. At this point, this is one thing I'm going to leave you with this thought. Garrett, we may end up owing Garrett and Brandon Streeter an apology if they were being influenced to call certain plays. I'm going to leave that there. You know me, I try not to bomb anyone. You can critique someone without bombing them, and you can be firm in that critique without bombing them. But, right now, The rest of the country has made some big moves with not only coaches but position coaches and coordinators, and I think that it's very difficult to accept that Clemson could keep something that big under their hat, under that under their hat. I'm sorry, things leak too much for it not to get out. So we will see, folks. I got to get out of here. I got to take care of some things, but I wanted to do a quick video talking about this. If you love Clemson football, I hope you'll subscribe. It is free. Also, check out Section 103, the sponsor for my show. Check out that collection. The link is below this video, and the promo code is there, Tigers10, to get 10% off. It's a one-time use, so go rack up and then use that 10% off. Let them know that you heard about them from me, and that's the best way to do it. Y'all take care of yourselves, and as always, go Tigers.